So, continuing my video series on the books that I wrote. I apologise, there'll be pings and things in the background because it's evening and people message. Right, so tonight is the second novel I wrote, which is now the third book in the series. Confusing, I do realise. My Slick Mona adventure, Adventures of This World and Others. Which others? We will find out. Page 79. The spaceship levelled out at 1,000 feet and continued slowly until they were within half a mile of their landing point. Mav allowed the spacecraft to hover automatically. Because there was no atmospherics on the moon, the spacecraft was rock steady. Slick put his hand over his mouth and said, 1202 alarm. Really? Said Mav. I was thinking about saying 30 seconds, but as we have enough fuel for the next 3 days, I didn't think it was worth it. Slick was referring to the Apollo 11 landing, where they landed with less than 30 seconds of fuel remaining. Are you ready to be the first American to land on the moon in over 50 years? Said Mav. Actually, we're the first ones this century, replied Slick. That sounds better, nodded Mav. Mav nodded at Slick. Slick said, landing gear down. Slick selected the landing gear down and monitored the instruments on the computers while Mav was eyeballs out. He wouldn't be looking at anything apart from their landing zone for this procedure. Within moments, the spacecraft was positioned 50 feet above the surface of the moon and stationary over a flat piece of ground about 150 feet away from the remnants of Apollo 11. Mav reduced the power slightly and they started to descend. 40, 5 down, called Slick, their height and rate of descent, as Mav kept his eyes outside and an eye on the small rock in the centre of the camera under the belly of the spacecraft. 30, 3 down. The rate of descent reduced to 3 feet a minute. 10, 1 down. Slick could feel himself sweating. Taking a quick look at Mav, he could see that he was tense too. 5, 0 down. Slick felt his pulse really quicken. They were about to land on the moon. 5, 0 down. Slick looked across at Mav. Are we going to land or what? Sorry, buddy, I couldn't resist, said Mav, gently lowering them onto the landing pads. Contact light on? Powering down, responded Mav. We are on the moon. The tension just seemed to fall out of the friends, and the grins that spread from ear to ear was just proof that for both of them, this was a lifelong dream come true. There were shouts and screams and cheers through the headset as the test centre personnel back at Groom Lake all shared their achievements. I love it. I've not been on holiday for a few years, and I've not been on holiday somewhere we just sit around the pool and just read books all day. But the last time I went, I took 3 of my novels. You read them, you stick in the old book exchange stand, and just watch the rest of the week or the rest of the time that you're there. You just have a look and see if anyone's reading your book. That'd be really good. You never know. Someone might read it who actually finds it fascinating and wants to read more of your books. But yeah, I've not come across anyone yet reading one of my books and said to them, was that any good? You know, are you enjoying it? Because that would be the thing to do. Get their comments on your book. Anyway, Slick Mona Adventure, book number 3, Adventures of This World and Others. So Simon Amazing Clark on Amazon. Go and get yourself some Slick Mona Adventure. He's a roughy tufty cookie, he's Slick. Mav's a pilot and an admin and a manager. When they first meet in Adventures Above the Clouds, Slick rescues him from the jungle. Slick knows what he's doing. Mav's clueless. He can fly. That's about it. Boy, it's absolutely brilliant. Right. You all take care. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.